Hey there, so this is a quick walkthrough of my latest project for Learn Verified. For the JavaScript assessment, they wanted us to build on top of the project that we created for the Rails assessment. And my project for the Rails assessment was a simple vacation tracker. You create trips and you add on places you want to go, things you want to see. Specifically, what they wanted us to do was render a show page and an index page via jQuery with an active model serialization JSON backend. The Rails API should be used to create a resource and render the response without a page refresh. It should reveal at least one has-many relationship in the JSON that's then rendered to the page. There should be a link that you click that can load or update a resource without reloading the page. And you must translate the JSON responses into JavaScript model objects. The model objects must have at least one method on the prototype. For my project, it seemed fairly straightforward. I decided to update the trips, index, and show pages. And as far as creating a new resource, I chose to update the new attractions form. This is my index page. It looks pretty similar to how it did before, except I have added on the More Info link. When you click it, it gives you the basics of the trip, such as city, start date, end date. You can click it again, and it'll hide the information. And I also added on a method to the trips prototype called countdown. It basically compares today's date with the start date and end date of the trip, and it tells you whether or not the trip is upcoming or if it's in the past. So, one issue that I'm running into with this index page is upon first loading, you have to click More Info twice in order for the information to show. After the first 2 clicks, you only have to click once from then on out to hide or show the information. And after doing some Googling, I'm pretty sure it's because I chose to use toggle. After this, I'm probably going to try to figure out how to fix this, but it's not really bothering me that much at the moment. It's just one of those annoying things. And onto the show page. So, show page looks pretty similar as well. Shows you the person and where they're going and the things that they chose to add to their to-do list for their trip. So now what's new is there's a next button at the bottom. You can click it and the information is updated to show information from other trips. And you'll notice it's showing trip number 4, but we're still on the page for trip number 1, so there was no reload of the page. Okay. An issue that I've had actually with both the index and the show pages also is that the page needs to be refreshed before the jQuery works. Also going to look into that as well. Probably has something to do with how I'm loading things. Okay, the last thing I want to go over is the new attractions page. Looks pretty similar to before. Before, when you'd create an attraction, it would take you to the show page for the attraction. Now, when you create a new attraction, the attraction information shows in a div down here. And I created a method called formatURL for the attraction prototype. Basically, it takes the URL and makes it pretty, or pretty at least to me. You'll You'll notice we're still on the new page, so there was no reloading, but the attraction exists, the trip, and the destination also exist as well. So that is about it. I'm gonna go back and try to figure out what's up with my toggle and just basic loading of these pages. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. And that is it.